would it be reasonable for an officer, when an individual has disarmed them like that, to fear that the individual may use the weapon on them?
Yes.
And is there anything noteworthy in that video that takes place just prior to Officer Schurr drawing his weapon?
At that time, the suspect in this incident had complete control of the taser and had switched it from his left hand to his right hand.
And how about the positioning of these two persons just prior to the firearm coming out?
It appeared in my review that Mr. Lyoya was getting back up and turning towards Officer Schurr at that moment.
Okay. Would an officer, with the training that Officer Schurr had, would it be reasonable for that officer to be in fear that the individual may use the device on them under the totality of the circumstances?
Yes, based on the totality of circumstances, that everything that's portrayed so far at that moment, there would be a reasonable fear of another officer at that time of great bodily harm or death.
And if an officer reasonably fears serious injury or death, does that officer, are they required to wait for the individual to actually aim the device at them?
No.
Because what happens when somebody aims a device at you?
Action's faster than reaction, so we don't have to wait for someone to hurt us to do something.
If there's reasonable fear, serious injury or death, what level of force is the officer authorized to move on to?
Deadly force.
Okay.
Based on everything we've reviewed, do you have an opinion on whether an objectively reasonable GRPD officer in Officer Schurr's situation would have been in fear of a serious bodily injury or death when Mr. Lyoya started getting up off the ground with his taser in his hand?
I do.
And what is that opinion?
That it was reasonable, that a reasonable officer could perform the same way in that situation.
One aspect of this case is the fact that a bullet hit Mr. Lyoya in the back of the head. Is there anything about the fact that it was a headshot like this that's unreasonable in a deadly force situation?
Unreasonable? No.